from Dystopia, episode 216. A walk in the woods. Again. Came out to Cap Sauer. Try and plow out some miles today. Was really looking forward to Redgate because I wanted that constant change of terrain. But as I got over there were a lot of cars in the parking lot, and a lot of kids, and a lot of families, and on Election Tuesday. Anyway, so I knew there would be hardly anybody at Cap Sauer, and I pulled up, and there was one car. So, at most 4 people. I'll see, unless they've come in a different route, but that's alright. I can get some variation in terrain here. But yeah, it's alright. It may have been worth it because of the wide open space with the colors. Give you guys another shot around the front here. Getting a lot of sunlight shining through, but it's awful damn pretty out here. And I'm just now at the part where you don't hear road noise anymore, but there's a jet. We're in the flight pattern for Midway out here, and O'Hare on some days, but mostly Midway, so can't get rid of the planes. Ooh, a lot of horse tracks, horse poop everywhere. Anyway, we do some walking. Come back to you in a little bit. I love it when a woods walk becomes an obstacle course. Got tons of woodpeckers back up in here calling out. It's a beautiful day out. I know you won't be able to see him, but there's a beautiful red-headed woodpecker up here. I'm hoping he'll start calling. Let's give him a minute. He's dropping down a little bit. It's a little bit closer. Got one over to my left. Let's see, I lost sight of him. Yep, I lost sight of him. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's still right there. There he goes, flying off. Wonder if we can find any frogs in the little water here. Yesterday was cold enough. They may have all gone, but or gone under, I should say. This spot of woods right here, I don't know, it is just so beautiful. Keep seeing more woodpeckers back here flying around. I heard some pileateds when I first got in here, but haven't seen them. Part of me really wants to follow this creek bed around. Well, maybe I'll go up and take the ridge across and just see. Yeah, let's do that. Go over this way, go up the hill, take the ridge across. Surely I'm not the only one that's ever wanted to walk that. Let's go see what I can find. Nope, there's not a people trail, but there is an animal trail. So I'll follow it. You would think there would be tons of people up here walking around. So we're gonna go over the winter back up in here on this ridge and investigate a little bit. This is that one trail right over here that just kind of goes up and stops. So I want to go up and walk that ridge all the way back up in there. Saw some big beautiful oaks. So I want to see what it looks like back there in the winter. It's a really nice spot in here. You don't get a lot of places like this in Cook County. There's a few in Will. DuPage, all the forests are too too well groomed. I don't know if that makes sense, but they are almost too well groomed. All right, so from hopefully you can hear him. Forgot which woodpecker that one is. Maybe he'll get closer and I'll see him. But from here I can tell the terrain kind of flattens out by looking at the background. So it's just going to spill out. It probably goes into that little slough that will pass on the way up the hill there. I'd have to look at a topo or topo map, but I'm kind of getting a feeling that this is all this drainage here. Comes down, drains back into that slough. This is actually a nice spot here for a little bit of winter chilling out. Problem is it's visible from the trails. But you got a nice smooth rock bottom right in here. Just gravel. So I could sit on the log. Have a little fire right there. I don't know, we'll see what the traffic looks like in here over the winter. If it's too much, you know, it might not be worth coming out here and hanging out like that. But if it's not too bad, people-wise, this could be pretty interesting. I see a photo. Anybody remember the name of this? I'm walking a ridge, and I have a kettle on either side of me. I know there's a technical term for this, but I can't remember it. See, you should have paid more attention in school. So these two kettles down here, one on either side of the trail, they both come up and meet in the distance there. You can probably see a lighter shade of grass beyond the woods. And that's where the icebergs melted. So they kind of divided around and made this hill. But I'll be damned if I can remember the name of it. Alright, see you in a little while. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get back around the way I'm trying to go. I'm walking this ridge here between the slough, and there's a couple kettles back behind me here, but this loops back out to another trail and then reconnects with the main trail that I've walked in this section of it. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around the tree workers. All of a sudden I started hearing chainsaws. I'm like, oh great. This trail's starting to really get thick here. But it continues, so, and it's obviously getting traffic. I found fresh horse dung back behind us here, about, I don't know, a couple hundred feet. I do love these kind of trails. Except for picking the burrs off of me. Stopped a little while ago to drink some water. And then I sat down and just spent like 15 minutes picking burrs off my legs. So there's a good one. Burr-proof pants. There's $1 million idea. Man, this is really getting tight here. The tread has dropped about a foot below terrain, below ground level. Now coming back up into another stand of red oaks. This is a pretty trail. This is one of them I hadn't completed yet. So we're out here playing connect the dots today. So I've been coming down this hill and coming down a ridge line down into the bottom, and then I come to this. Drops down and goes right through the tall grass. This is really pretty down here. The map shows this is containing water most parts of the year. But yeah, it's just a beautiful trail. It's just an amazing day out here. I just don't know how people can not like to walk in the woods and cannot like to be out there in the fall. Okay, so now I see where that other trail comes through. It just splits and then they both meet up. And I did step over a dry creek bed, so maybe that's why that second trail is there. Also past the crabapple trees, but all the apples were down. I would have grabbed a couple if they were still up. Still working on making my way back out to that main trail. But I'll tell you what, at this rate, I don't care if I find it. I love these kind of trails. Oh, I got somebody walking in front of me. So the trail continues up on that side, but check out this creek bed. It's kind of cool. And of course there's a jet flying over. Oh, there's still fish swimming around. Interesting. I don't even recognize that minnow. I see one that looks like a dace. I can't tell what the other one is. So I'm going to just walk this a little bit and look for tracks. Got plenty of people walking back here. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to reserve that exploration for another day, because I got a family coming behind me on the trail, and they were kind enough to let me pass. I don't want to get back up behind them again. And I'll tell you what, I feel good today. This is a good hiking day. Although I'm wearing jeans, I probably should have wore a different pair of pants, but my Kuhls, K-U-H-L, and Upsilon, they would have been too warm. And my trail running pants probably would have been too thin. So I just said to hell with it and threw on jeans. But yeah, they're a little warm today. But yeah, it's just a great day. The temps now, it's about 62. You've heard the breeze probably in the different videos. I just ran into that family. Well, it's a young mother and her two kids. She's carrying the one in a papoose on her back, and the other one's walking, and then her mother. But yeah, just ran into them again, because again, I'm playing connect the dot trail wise, so I made it out to the extent of a trail that I had done before, connected the two on the map, and now I'm heading back. Should be about a 6.5 mile hike today by the time I'm done. But yeah, it's just these trails that I'm following today are just phenomenal. They're skinny, they need some work, but I'll tell you what, they run through some really nice woods. And here I was complaining I wouldn't get any terrain variety. Just heard a deer blow and move. I can't see it. It's gonna be right back over there somewhere. So, yeah, anyway. So the piece I connected now is I've connected Cap Sauer to Thiessen's Woods, which I've done once on the main trail, but not on this little side trail. And I'm heading back down there. Actually, with them, you know, out of the way, maybe I can explore that creek a little bit. And it's 12:30, I got time. It'll take me about an hour to get back, hour and a half to get back to the car. So I can probably spend a few minutes and explore that creek. So, yeah, I'll see you down there. Alright, so I see a couple deer tracks. There's some little frogs. I get down to see this little guy before he takes off. I don't know if you can see him or not. There he goes. Let's see where people have walked in the mud in the creek. His footprints stuck in it. You can tell that water's been sitting there a while. This water up ahead of us, it's pretty scummy. Yeah, I'd have to go up and over to get around it. Lots of frogs moving over here. Look at that, just keeps going. All these stones deposited by glacier. It's really nice out here. It's got some more potential for another winter spot in the woods. And yeah, it gets pretty high. You can see the water line across that rock right there. It's a mix of rock and soil. You can actually see the water line, so I would be underwater. Alright, let me get out of this little canyon. Canyon? Yeah, I guess canyon. So I got a funny one for you. As I was walking this one trail, I found the perfect flat stone to use back in my secret hammock spot. It was about 1.5 inches thick and about 1 foot by 1 foot. You know, not super heavy, so I grabbed it and I carried it back there to my hammock spot and kind of put it where I wanted it, covered it up with a few leaves. And as I get done covering it and stand up, I hear a noise and I turn around and look behind me, and about 60 feet behind me I see this couple walking their dog, and I'm like, huh? If you remember the hammock spot, there's that log on the ground behind it, and I knew there was a people trail back there, or an old animal trail, but it just cracked me up. So in the fall and winter, my secret hammock spot is no longer secret. It's completely visible. Damn it. So now I got to find another spot. I don't know. I would imagine in another month there's not going to be many people walking that trail. But yeah, I have to play it by ear or find me another spot somewhere else. So my one somebody uses all the time now. This one can now be seen in the fall and winter. Yeah, but that shows you how much more need I have to find a better, more secret-y hammock spot. Following through this piece of wood here to find another route, or maybe even find a better spot. That's what I do miss about. So one place I lived in Naperville, which is a town just north of here, the preserve there, I had the perfect, yeah, here's that trail that goes right behind the hammock spots right in here. In fact, you can kind of make out the downed tree in the woods right there. But yeah, and that preserve right near where I lived in Naperville, that spot was perfect. Nobody ever came back there. I was there once, and somebody from the district actually was walking the trail. And I guess he heard me and kind of came over. He just made himself known and just, what you doing? I said, well, I'm just sitting back here having lunch, enjoying a day in the woods. And he was like, okay, that's good. Just don't build any structures. So yeah, I like that guy. But I don't do that. I never really build a structure. I mean, I might put up a tarp, or as you've seen, hang my hammock. But I don't do permanent damage to the woods. Kind of silly. I've seen guys come out, well, you've seen on the videos that one structure over by the railroad tracks. I mean, it's neat, it's cool, but they've drugged so much stuff out and hammered nails into trees, and it's kind of going a little far. All right, let me get out of these woods, and I'll see you guys back in the van. All right, folks, that's it for today. Hopefully it was entertaining, interesting, and maybe educational. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Be good, be well, wear a mask if you have to. Stay smart, be strong, stay mighty. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good one.